Don't think I'm cutting off my ex just because you're insecure, Clinton. Those words hit me like a freight train. I'm Clinton, and I'm standing in our kitchen holding takeout from Francesca's, Victoria's favorite Italian place. The one 40 minutes across town that I drove to after a 12-hour shift because she mentioned craving their carbonara 3 days ago. My wife is on FaceTime laughing. Not with me. With Joseph. Her ex. I set the bag down carefully, my hands steadier than my heart. The kitchen light flickers above us, casting shadows across her face. She doesn't even look up. Her eyes are glued to that screen, to his face, to whatever joke he just told that made her throw her head back the way she used to with me. Victoria, I say quietly. Can we talk about this? She holds up one finger. Not now. I'm busy. I watch her type something, see her smile at his response. The notification sound has become the soundtrack of our marriage. Bus, bus, bus. Always him. I think about the email sitting in my inbox. The one from Mr. Patterson, Senior Engineering Director. Seattle. $280,000 base salary. Stock options. Relocation package. The same offer I've declined 3 times now. 3 times I've said no because Victoria needed me here. Because she lost her job. Because she was struggling. Because I loved her. Fair point, I finally say. She doesn't hear me. She's laughing again. I open my laptop right there at the kitchen table. My cursor hovers over that email. Final offer, it reads in the subject line. 48 hours until it expires. I click accept. My hands are shaking but my face is calm. I screenshot the confirmation. The timestamp reads 8:47 p.m., November 3rd. Victoria is still on her phone. Please, before I continue, kindly like, share and subscribe for more interesting videos. 18 months ago, I sat in a glass conference room on the 42nd floor of the Hancock Building in downtown Chicago. Lake Michigan stretched out behind Mr. Patterson like a painting. He was a silver-haired executive who'd mentored me since I started at the firm fresh out of MIT. He slid a leather folder across the mahogany table. Senior Engineering Director. Seattle. $280,000 base, stock options, full relocation package. Clinton, this is your rocket ship. I remember my hands trembling as I opened that folder. Everything I'd worked for since I was a kid in Southside Chicago, studying by streetlight because our electricity got cut off. Every all-nighter at MIT. Every sacrifice my mama made working 3 jobs after Daddy died. It was all right there in that contract. I called Victoria immediately. She answered on the first ring, but her voice was wrong. Broken. Baby, I just got laid off. She was crying. They eliminated my entire department. I can't move right now. Clinton, I need you here. Please. I can't do this alone. I looked at that contract. Then at her name on my screen. I thought about her crying in our apartment, about the bills that would pile up, about how she'd supported me through my mother's surgery last year. That night, I tore up the offer letter. Watched the pieces fall into our kitchen trash can like confetti at a funeral. Mr. Patterson's last words echoed in my head. Clinton, opportunities like this don't come 3 times. Don't make me regret fighting for you. But Victoria needed me. That's what love meant, right? Sacrifice. Now, sitting at this same kitchen table 18 months later, I reread that email chain. The 3rd offer expires in 46 hours now. I've already clicked accept. Victoria is still on FaceTime with Joseph, completely unaware that I just chose myself for the first time in our marriage. I transfer $1,400 to Victoria's account at 6 a.m. before my shift. Rent. Again. She's been between jobs for 4 months now, though she had 3 interviews last week she didn't show up for because she wasn't feeling it. I don't say anything. I cover rent, groceries, her car note, her student loans, even her Netflix subscription. I love her. That's what you do. But that night, scrolling Instagram in bed while she showers, I see it. Victoria posted a throwback photo with Joseph. They're at Navy Pier, his arm around her waist, both of them laughing at something off camera. The caption reads, "Some people just get you. #TBT #real ones know." 47 comments. I scroll through them. Joseph replied 3 minutes after she posted, "Always did, always will crown. Victoria liked it. Hearted it actually. My jaw tightens. I text her, "Saw your post. Can we talk?" 3 hours pass. She's out of the shower, in bed next to me, scrolling her phone. Finally, she responds, "It's just Instagram, Clinton. Stop being controlling." Controlling. The word sits in my chest like a stone. I'm controlling for asking why she's publicly reminiscing about her ex while I'm paying her bills. I check Joseph's Instagram story out of some self-destructive curiosity. He's at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. Champagne. Oysters. The timestamp reads 7:43 p.m. Victoria told me she was at her mom's house at 7:30. Said she'd be there all evening helping with something. I open our location sharing. Victoria's dot is gone. The feature is turned off. It's never been off before. Not once in 3 years of marriage. I don't confront her. Not yet. I just lie there in the dark, listening to her breathe, wondering when I became the villain in my own marriage. I planned our anniversary surprise for 6 months. Napa Valley. The trip Victoria mentioned wanting since we started dating. I saved secretly $1,500 tucked away from bonuses and overtime. I presented the tickets at dinner, proud of myself for once. Victoria barely looked up from her phone. That's sweet, babe. But honestly, Joseph used to surprise me with spontaneous trips to Miami, New York. You're just so predictable. Predictable. The word landed like a slap. Predictable? My voice stayed level. I work 60-hour weeks to keep us stable while you find yourself. Joseph cheated on you twice and left you in $15,000 of debt. She rolled her eyes. At least he was exciting. You're like a safety net I didn't ask for. 2 years ago, Victoria introduced me to her life in shambles. Joseph had convinced her to co-sign a loan for his business venture, some clothing line that never materialized. He disappeared the week the first payment was due. Debt collectors hounded her. Destroyed her credit. I spent my entire year-end bonus paying it off. $10,000 I'd saved for my mama's new roof. Victoria cried in my arms that night, "You're nothing like him. You're my miracle, Clinton." Now she's rewriting history. Joseph the exciting one. Me the boring safety net. I cancel the Napa trip that night. Get a full refund. Transfer the money to a new account, my Seattle relocation fund. Victoria doesn't notice. She doesn't ask about the trip again. 3 weeks pass before she even remembers I'd planned anything. I watch her text Joseph goodnight every evening. Watch her smile at her screen. Watch her become a stranger. Victoria brings up the Seattle job during a fight about Joseph. We're arguing because he sent her flowers at our apartment. Thinking of you, the card said. She put them in a vase on our kitchen counter. If that job was so important, why are you still here? She snaps. Oh right, because you're using it to guilt trip me about Joseph. Something breaks inside me. Not with anger. With clarity. Perfect, crystalline clarity. I walk to my office without responding. Open my laptop. The email from Mr. Patterson has a new subject line. Final offer, Clinton, I can't hold this any longer. 48 hours. I type. I accept. Start date, 3 weeks. Thank you for believing in me. Sent. I don't tell Victoria. Not that night. Not the next morning when she apologizes for being harsh, but not for the flowers. I start packing slowly. A box of books. My MIT diploma. The watch Daddy gave me before he died. I label them storage, and she doesn't ask questions. I update my mailing address to a Seattle P.O. box. Change my direct deposit. Tell HR to send my relocation bonus to the separate account Victoria doesn't know exists. I'm methodical. Careful. Every piece falls into place like a chess game I'm finally winning. Victoria sees a Seattle travel guide on my nightstand one morning. Planning a trip? I smile. Just browsing. She kisses my forehead and goes back to texting Joseph. She has no idea I'm already gone. 2 weeks before my start date, Victoria sits me down. Her voice sounds rehearsed like she practiced this. I need honesty, Clinton. This isn't working. You're suffocating me. You're jealous. You're insecure about Joseph when he's just a friend. I need space. I don't argue. Don't beg. Don't fight. I nod slowly. You're right. You deserve someone who doesn't make you feel suffocated. I'll move out this weekend. She blinks. Confused. Wait, just like that? Just like that. I respect your decision. I watch her process this. She expected a fight. Tears. Promises to change. Instead I'm calm. Already mentally in Seattle. Clinton, I just meant space. Like, maybe you could stay with Marcus for a few weeks. No, Victoria. You're right. We're done. That night I contact a lawyer. File for divorce quietly. No drama. No social media posts. No announcements. The papers are served to Victoria 3 days later while I'm unpacking in my Seattle apartment. She calls 47 times. I block her number after reading the first text. Clinton, I didn't mean divorce. I meant space. Call me. Joseph posts a photo with Victoria that same week. They're at some rooftop bar in Chicago. Caption, good things come to those who wait. Victoria comments a heart emoji. I'm in Seattle watching the sunset over Puget Sound. My phone is silent. My chest feels lighter than it has in years. 3 months later, my life transforms. The job isn't just good, it's everything Mr. Patterson promised. I lead a team of 30 engineers, spearhead a project that saves the company $12 million, and get profiled in Tech Innovators magazine. The article's headline, "The Engineer Who Chose Himself." I join a sailing club. Take salsa lessons on Thursday nights. Lose 20 pounds. My LinkedIn explodes with opportunities. A venture capitalist wants me on an advisory board. 2 companies try to headhunt me. My coworker Simone notices me. She's brilliant, a project manager with an MBA from Stanford and a laugh that sounds genuine. We grab coffee after a team meeting. She asks about my work, my ideas, my dreams. Really listens. No phone checking. No distracted responses. No ex-boyfriend baggage. "You should patent that algorithm," she says, leaning forward. Seriously, Clinton. You're sitting on something revolutionary. I think about asking her out. Then stop myself. I need to heal first, I say honestly. She respects it. Whenever you're ready. No pressure. We become friends. Real friends. Victoria's cousin posts a photo from Seattle. She's in town for a conference. She tags Canlis, the restaurant where my team celebrates wins. Victoria sees the tag. Googles my name. Finds the Tech Innovators article. The photo shows me in a suit, smiling, looking nothing like the exhausted man she left. Her hands tremble as she reads about my success. Joseph moves into our old apartment in Chicago. Victoria's name is on the lease, but mine is still on file as the guarantor. Within 8 weeks, everything collapses. Joseph borrows $3,000 for inventory for his clothing line. Never pays it back. Victoria co-signs another loan, $8,500 this time. He ghosts her when the first payment is due. She loses her new receptionist job because Joseph convinced her to skip work for a spontaneous trip to Vegas. Then Joseph's ex-girlfriend shows up at the apartment. 7 months pregnant. He's the father. Victoria confronts him. He laughs. You really thought I changed? You were just convenient. Clinton was the prize. You fumbled him. He takes her TV, her iPad, the $600 cash she had hidden in her dresser. Blocks her on everything. She's alone in an apartment she can't afford, debt collectors calling daily, no job, no savings. Victoria's mother calls my old number. I don't answer. She leaves a voicemail, "Clinton baby please." Victoria made a mistake. She needs help. She's my daughter. Please. I listened to it once while jogging along Elliott Bay. The Seattle morning is crisp, beautiful. I delete the voicemail. Keep running. My therapist told me, you can have compassion without carrying someone else's consequences. Victoria is learning what consequences feel like. Victoria creates new Instagram accounts. I blocked all the old ones. She finds my LinkedIn. Sends a message. Clinton, I know I don't deserve a response. Joseph, he wasn't who I thought. I was wrong about everything. I miss you. I miss US. Can we talk? Please? Read receipt on. No response. She tries Twitter, then emails my work address. Nothing. Radio silence. Her friend Keisha leaks information. Clinton's thriving. Promoted to VP of Engineering. Dating rumors with some woman named Simone. Bought a condo with a water view. The rumors about Simone are false. We're just friends, but Victoria doesn't know that. She breaks down. Writes a 4-page letter on actual paper. Messy handwriting. Tear stains. Mails it to my office. My assistant brings it to me. This came for you. Marked personal. I hold it unopened for 3 days. Finally read it on a Friday night. She apologizes for everything. Calls herself stupid, selfish, blind. Says she'll move to Seattle. Start over. Go to therapy. Anything. 1 tear falls as I read it. Just one. Then I feed it through my office shredder. Watch the pieces fall like snow. That weekend, Simone and I go hiking at Mount Rainier. She doesn't know about the letter. I don't tell her. Some chapters need to stay closed. Marcus gets married in Seattle 6 months after my move. I'm the best man. Victoria finds out through Instagram. She books a last-minute flight, $600 she doesn't have on a credit card already maxed out. She appears at the reception in a red dress. The one I always loved. She's lost weight. Looks desperate, hungry. Her eyes scan the room until they find me. I'm in a tailored navy suit, laughing with Simone. We came as friends, but we look good together. Happy. Victoria approaches. Clinton. Please. 5 minutes. I excuse myself from Simone. We step outside into the Seattle drizzle. The Space Needle glows in the distance. I was stupid, Victoria starts. Selfish. Joseph destroyed me. I've lost everything. My job, my apartment, my dignity. I see it now, you were the one. I'm begging you, Clinton. Come back to Chicago. Or let me move here. We can start over. I take a deep breath. My voice is calm, almost gentle. Victoria, I loved you. Past tense. I sacrificed my career, my peace, my self-respect. You called me predictable for being loyal. You chose chaos over stability. That was your right. But it cost me years I'll never get back. I'll change, she sobs. I promise. Therapy. Whatever you need. I don't need you to change. I need you to understand we're done. Not because I hate you, but because I finally love myself. You're not part of my story anymore. I walk back inside. Victoria stands alone in the rain. Simone asks, "You good?" I smile. "Yeah, I really am." 2 weeks later, Victoria's mother calls my mama. Diane is crying, playing the victim card. "Your son abandoned my daughter when she needed him most. He's heartless, Mrs. Johnson." My mama, a retired school principal who don't play, responds with ice in her voice. "Diane, with respect, Victoria told my son he was suffocating her. She broke up with him. He filed for divorce and moved on. That's called self-respect, not abandonment. My daddy died when I was 16. Massive heart attack. Gone at 42. Mama worked 3 jobs to put me through college. Overnight shifts at the hospital, weekend catering, tutoring. She taught me one thing above all else: never let anyone make you small. Not even someone you love. When I told her about Victoria's breakup, Mama said, "Baby, you dodged a bullet. Now go live." Victoria's father tries next. Emails me directly, "Victoria's made mistakes, but marriage is about forgiveness. You took vows." I reply, "Sir, she asked for the divorce, not me. I'm respecting her choice. I wish her well, but my chapter with Victoria is closed." Victoria sees my Instagram story, Seahawks game with coworkers, genuine laughter, genuine joy. She realizes something that breaks her. I'm happy without her. Not pretending. Actually happy. She deletes all her social media that night. Vanishes online completely. 6 months later, I'm promoted to Chief Technology Officer. $420,000 salary. Stock options worth millions if the company IPOs next year. I'm speaking on a panel at a tech conference in San Francisco. My face is on billboards at the convention center. Simone and I are officially together now. It happened naturally, a kiss after a company sailing trip, then coffee dates that turned into weekend trips to Portland and Vancouver. She's brilliant, supportive, drama-free. We cook together, travel, laugh about terrible movies. She never compares me to anyone. One evening my phone buzzes. Unknown number. "I saw you on the news. I'm proud of you. Truly. I'm sorry for everything. You deserved better. I hope you're happy. V." I read it twice. Pause. Then type. "I am. I genuinely hope you find your peace too. Take care." I don't block the number. Don't save it either. I simply move on. Simone and I are on my balcony overlooking Puget Sound. The Seattle skyline glitters like diamonds on black velvet. I'm holding her hand. She's telling me about the nonprofit she wants to start. I'm listening, really listening, the way I wish someone had listened to me. She said I was insecure for wanting loyalty, predictable for being consistent, suffocating for asking to be prioritized. So I stopped asking. Started building. Built a life so fulfilling, her absence became irrelevant. That's not revenge. That's evolution. That's choosing yourself when someone else won't choose you. That's knowing your worth when someone tries to convince you you're worthless. I look at Simone. She squeezes my hand. I'm home.